Well, welcome to September 2023. We're riding a wave of victory in our Big 12 opener. I want to highlight the quiet victories our operations teams perform every day to help make these big events a reality for UCF. Between IT and facilities, we both work quietly behind the scenes to set various stages on which instruction, athletics, and the student experience play out. Operations, running the trains on time, well, that's the most important thing we do. Things break, security events occur, and the things we have to be maintained. Our professionals are on the job. We carry billions of transactions per month for this institution. Our IT pros at UCF, you're part of every team victory, every graduate's experience, every PI's research, and every degree conferred. Thanks for everything you do in such a professional, excellent way. We couldn't get there without you. Let's get into September 2023. Thanks to everyone involved in maintaining campus infrastructure through Hurricane Idalia. I appreciate our diligence in the face of everything else that we were dealing with at that time. In this case, we had equipment cooling issues, networking challenges, fall semester start, Big 12 first game opening preparations. We kept the service desk staffed remotely. We maintained and monitored our classrooms using remote management tools. Our network services team continued to work through the hurricane in preparation of game day. And we had our network engineers dispatched to investigate reported outages all across campus and everything that went down. There's always lightning strikes. There's always wind and weather issues associated with this. These are still low voltage electrical systems. And our team pulled it off, 7 p.m., things are back to normal. Thanks everybody for maintaining the hurricane diligence while everything else is going on at Fall Start. We appreciate it. Congratulations to the student email migration team for successfully completing the project and migrating 105,980 plus student Knights email accounts over to a ucf.edu account. Tremendous. I am immensely proud of how diligently this team worked to complete this enormous undertaking. Completing it in time for Fall Start wouldn't have been possible without this extraordinary collaboration from the project team, the technical support staff, our Accenture partners, as well as input and collaboration from our campus stakeholders. If you encounter any students who run into issues with their new email, please share the support information shown on this page. If you have any questions about the project itself, contact Lisa Isham or Brett Peeling and they'll help you out. Way to go, Knights. Fantastic work. Fall Start 2023, UCF encountered an unexpected challenge. On August 21st, a notable slowdown occurred on our network. Turns out our campus border and ResNet firewall systems suddenly spiked their utilization levels, and this added latency into our network. And that latency caused a very real feeling of network slowdown for people using the network for things like Zoom calls, Teams calls, and collaboration. Really hit real-time activities quite a bit. Recognizing the urgency and the possibility we could be facing a security incident, our network and securities teams initiated several manual mitigations. Now, special thanks to everybody involved in this issue over the last 2 weeks. We've had a lot of folks working on it. The picture I've had displayed here shows what I was experiencing, pretty substantial slowdowns in our speed tests because all the traffic was going through these firewalls and the firewalls weren't able to process the traffic correctly. I spent a lot of time on the call with Cisco over the last couple of weeks, as have our network teams. We understand what's happening now. And remember, initially we can't understand something. When we have a deprivation of service like this, it could be hundreds of different things, but we always worry it's a security incident. In this case, it was not apparently a security incident. So over the last 2 weeks, we took a lot of actions to assess and resolve this issue. We were working closely with Cisco. We reconfigured a lot of our firewall policies to adjust for modern traffic profiles. We temporarily disabled certain types of logging and enabled other types of logging to get better clarity on what's happening with the firewalls and the border protections. And this is being shared with Cisco. And during that sharing, we found a bug in Cisco security software that appears to have been the culprit in the network slowdown. We've executed firewall hotfixes, and we're implementing monitoring, additional monitoring, which I should have up on the screen. I hope this is the right direction. One of these two. You'll see the display up here next to me. That's the monitoring that the team very quickly put into effect. We've got about 50 instruments out monitoring various locations on campus for a user experience, and this will help us get ahead of things in the future. Thanks so much for bearing with us on this complex issue. You have a great group of professionals on the job. Well done, everybody in IT. Other critical IT personnel working hard and behind the scenes during the first few weeks of classes are our service desk support team. They've experienced and responded to an unusually high call volume, getting up to 765 calls in a single day. Compared to last year, our support team has experienced a difference of hundreds of calls almost every day. To me, this is a good sign. Students know where to go, staff know where to go, and we are engaged in a lot of transformation activities on campus. In between student email migration, for example, and network performance issues, these numbers make sense to me. Our priorities this year are to make sure, and beyond, are to make sure that IT at UCF has a larger in-person presence on campus, and we've done a great job of kicking that off with the help of many volunteers. You'll hear that in the next segment. So IT at UCF tabling event in-person presence on Monday, August 21st and Tuesday, August 22nd. Groups of folks from IT at UCF volunteered at tables outside of high-traffic areas to interact with students on campus. The volunteers had a total of 1,119 students with whom they've interacted, and they distributed informational flyers regarding the student email project, assisted with any IT questions they had, and handed out water bottles with branded stickers to beat the heat. And boy, was it hot. Extraordinary successful event, and it's not going to be our last one. In addition, Hank and I stepped out of our offices in Milliken Hall to hand out popsicles with the president, Nitro, and other leadership on August 21st. We had a blast interacting with the great staff and students and faculty on campus. What a fun day. We ran out of popsicles entirely. Mango popsicle flavor won the day. Making connections with students in the UCF community is of incredible importance to everyone in IT. One group of IT at UCF members in particular, Chris Tellez and his team of systems engineers, Robert Haas and Robert Connors, went above and beyond while interacting with a graduate student requiring special assistance. The student reached out to UCF IT in January, specifically asking for an accessible virtual environment in Citrix to be created to meet his needs before starting his graduate program as a Knight. Chris, his team, and Kevin Price, the Assistant Director of Accessibility Services, immediately got started to ensure that the student had everything needed for the same digital opportunities and accessibility as his fellow grad students. They did a great job. They completed the project with the students' feedback and collaboration, and they communicated along the way about the status so the student knew his virtual workstation was coming. The student was very pleased with the results of the project, and the Citrix, I'm sorry I can say this right, if the Citrix desktop accessible to him in ways that it wasn't before, his first day of classes as a graduate student started great. There's good reason to expect that this project can inform and help many other students and student accessibility services in the future. Well, since I'm on the path of exciting news and events, what a win. UCF Knights beat Kent State 56-6 in our opening game in the Big 12 Conference. With that exciting transition into the Big 12 space, UCF IT is fully committed to optimizing our network infrastructure to meet the demands of this new chapter. Before our first game yesterday, we worked diligently to prepare ahead of time to guarantee flawless systems at the stadiums by doing several things, and there's a long list. Deployed a dedicated on-site team, including 2 engineering techs, 1 radio engineer, 1 senior network engineer, and 1 junior engineer, as well as an off-site team consisting of 1 unified communications technician and 1 wireless engineer. Conducted a comprehensive assessment to ensure switches, UPSs, wireless access points were functioning in an optimal way. Confirmed network connectivity for UCF Athletics, Fox, and ESPN. Validated security camera functionality, thoroughly examined all active data port outlets in Roth Tower, the PD, and the Health Center, inspected each TV location within the stadium to ensure functionality, confirming the network support for seamless operations for the Black and Gold Club to concession stands and kiosks, rigorously tested and validated coach communication systems, replay, interview room, fiber connections, and dry pairs essential for game day operations, confirmed network connectivity with Ticketmaster, for that, you got to scan those tickets, programming day radios for all the key personnel, and inviting UCF Athletics to share any pregame events necessary that required network support. We're coming into a new amazing phase of UCF Athletics. UCF IT stands poised to deliver. Go Knights, charge on. For a Workday update, we got some new features coming your direction, and here's what you can expect. Twice a year in September and March, Workday, UCF's integrated cloud-based human resource payroll and financials enterprise resource planning system, that's a mouthful, releases major feature upgrades designed to increase functionality and enhance the user experience. On September 9th, we'll implement our 3rd Workday release since go live. Like most releases, many updates for Workday center around back-end improvements. However, a few changes are coming out which you'll see the benefit of. Number 1, Improved look for our team org chart. When you're reviewing an org chart in Workday, you'll notice larger employee position cards and enhanced color contrast for easier reading and navigation. Number 2, you're going to see an improved manager experience on the Workday homepage. Workday's included several enhancements to the Workday homepage for managers. These include important dates, team highlights, quick actions, and many more. And finally, real-time error messages. If you accidentally enter incorrect information in a required field, an error message will now appear immediately, alerting you to the issue you need to fix. Currently, that doesn't happen. So this is going to be helping you get a little bit ahead of errors and making things like rework not happen as much. Like any software upgrade, there's necessary downtime. When we implement these changes, Workday will be unavailable from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. on September 9th. On the 15th, our Workday Enterprise Systems team, along with university business process owners and stakeholders, completed the Graybar Punch-Out project in Workday. Graybar is a distributor of electrical lighting, data and telecommunications gear, networking, security, and other products. This implementation will enhance the purchasing process for many campus stakeholders, not limited to facilities, telecom, and many others. A punch-out is a supplier's link within Workday that allows you to shop on a supplier's website, but you can still complete your checkout, approval, receiving, and payment processes within the Workday system. Wireless access point improvement through our HERF investments. We continue to make improvements with our HERF fundings. Of note, we've purchased 3,300 wireless access points for use in spaces that were targeted for improvement, including instructional spaces and our dormitories. Of the 3,300 purchased, 1/3 will replace existing access points that are either near of end of life or needed enhancement to cover an area better than previously. 2/3 will be used in the same spaces for additional access, increasing wireless density and improving the experience for anyone who needs to log into our network from those areas. So when you look at it today, we're about 4,280. Put a couple thousand on top of that, it'll take us to about 6,300 based upon the end deployment. We have a wireless survey that we've conducted on our campus locations. We would like to target 15 to 20,000 access points over the next decade to take us from 2,000 to 4,000 to 6,000 to 9,000, etc., on up until we get really highly dense coverage at Wi-Fi 6 and beyond. So looking forward to those continued investments. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, week, wherever your final destination may take you. And next month, we'll be talking a little bit more about student information systems and where we've landed on our strategy exploration. Have a good one. Peace out.